Straight people of Reddit, when and how did you realize that you like the opposite sex? 5th grade. This new girl transferred to our school from somewhere else, and we ended up sitting next to each other in computer class. We were playing some silly game and trying to help each other, but neither of us was doing great. Something happened in the game that was really silly and we both started laughing. Watching her smiling and laughing like that was the start of my first real crush, and that's when I knew I liked girls. This is honestly so sweet. Yeah, it is. Most people's answers are like, so I was like 10 and I started beating my meat too. Lol #X200B, #X200B, edit, my most liked comment ever is about people beating their meat. What a time to be alive. Poison Ivy and Batman and Robin. Weird, but it did something for me. Weird. Straight female here and she did something for me too. I feel like most girls look at women the way I suspect gay men do. They can look at a chick and be like, she is hot, but if you put a vagina in front of me I wouldn't want my face anywhere near it and it would put me off completely. Edit, check my phone and there's at least 4 dudes telling me same for dudes. Same for some straight men, though I suspect it's not as common. Not trying to get near any dicks, but sometimes I see a dude with a jawline and A+ stubble and I'm like, I get it. Ryan Reynolds. We all get it. That man could seduce into doing quite a bit before my sexuality stopped me and says okay too far. If you wouldn't duck Ryan Reynolds, you're asexual, not straight. Nobody's that straight. When I was 4 I saw a photo of Fabio. What followed was an exchange that went something like this: Mom, is that a man? Looking at his thighs, he looks like a tree. Yes. His name is Fabio. I like him a lot. I didn't know what sex was when I first saw the movie Labyrinth, but I knew I wanted it with David Bowie. Same for me but Jennifer Connelly. Same for me but Hoggle. Well, he is a prince. Of the bog of eternal stench. One day in 5th grade I noticed a lot of the girls in my class had boobs. Guys, is it just me or is BB like really cool? The girls started developing breasts and I couldn't look away. 40 years later, and I'm still hypnotized by boobies. This is accurate. If I ever get to talking too much, the wife whips out the girls, and I'm utterly transfixed, incapable of doing anything but staring and softly mumbling. I had a crush on a girl in kindergarten that stayed through 7th grade. I didn't have any explanation or reason behind the feelings in kindergarten, I just knew I wanted to be around her and I wanted her attention. I don't remember ever not knowing that I liked girls in a different and stronger way than I felt about any boy. What happened 7th grade? He lost his teaching job. The movie Titanic, during that one drawing scene. I put Titanic at the top of my Christmas list the year it was released on VHS. At the time my parents no doubt assumed it was because of that scene. Years later it came up somehow, and my mom offered her new, and by that time more plausible theory that it was just the first really adult movie I'd ever seen and I appreciated the maturity of it. In actuality I just really enjoyed watching the boat sink. Edit, wow, first silver. Thanks. When the falling guy hits the propeller. Ding. I can still hear it. Kindergarten. Girl had her hair in a braid. I noticed it looked a certain way, but I didn't have the word to describe it. I asked my teacher to help me. Braid? She asked. No, I said. We went through 4 or 5 more words. After each no, she'd asked me to explain more. Eventually she figured out the word. Oh, she said, you think it's pretty? Yeah, I said, she's pretty. That's actually adorable. Probably around 5 or 6 when I got my first kiss on a field trip. Had a crush on her all the way through to graduation in HS. Never single at the same time though. Ended up just being friends. Go find her up. Am happily married now. We are still friend too. Going on 33 years. Go find her. Remember the scene where Catwoman straddles Batman after she overpowers him and then licks his mouth in Batman Returns? Yeah. Coincidentally, looking back I now realize it's probably one of the reasons why I'm one kinky bastard nowadays. Wow, Totally forgot about that. Jesus, that was hot. Catwoman in that entire movie. Goddamn. There's a moment in The Two Towers when Aragorn comes busting through double doors at Helm's Deep. Yeah, that moment. Hess got a pretty big sword. It wasn't a gradual realization for me. I was sitting, bored, in a 6th grade class, when I thought, I wonder if I still think girls are gross, followed immediately by, I wonder if I am gay. So I imagined myself kissing Mike, a hot piece of 6th grade male ass on my right. No, that was disgusting. Then I imagined myself kissing Clarissa, on my left. And this started the most intense and all-consuming crush I've ever had, or ever will have. It was ducking magical. It's so strange to me to read stories about people who didn't have crushes until 6th grade or puberty. I knew I liked girls by the time I was 6. There used to be a website called whitehouse.com. It was not a site dedicated to the White House. It was porn. My friends and I quickly exited the window in shock, but I thought, I like that. Holy shit, when I was 10 I innocently pulled this up for my whole family to see right before our summer trip to DC. Yeah, it was not about the White House. I was pretty young, like 5 or 6, something like that. My parent put on Cartoon Network but didn't notice when its runtime or whatever was over and the channel switched to showing movies. One of the movies had this nude scene in it. I don't remember much of what it was about, I just remember there was a naked lady tied up to a chair. Anyways, the moment I saw that lady's boobs I was like, yep, I gotta get my hands on a pair of those. Late night Howard the Duck. My first tits were duck breasts. Edit, and girl and not a furry. Would be a good reason though. My sister had Spice Girls on VHS. I was very interested in that movie. Embarrassing story incoming. I noticed that movie had brief nudity listed on the VHS box. Being a teenage boy and something involving Spice Girls and any nudity meant I had to watch the whole thing. Turns out the brief nudity was a split-second shot of male asses. Ruined my whole night. In grade 4, we had this really hot social studies teacher. One time, she had the class do jumping jacks at the start of class for some reason. All dem jiggles. I remember looking at my friend beside me as this was happening, and we just nodded at each other from the joy of the scene that was before us. No prompting was required. We just knew that we both liked the ladies. My geography teacher, I constantly had questions about my homework, just to be near her. Like two distant shores, our love is an isthmus. When I was a kid and all the other boys in my class went through the "you girls. Cooties. No girls allowed" phase, I remember thinking, but that's stupid. Girls are pretty. We should want to be with them. Right there with you. I remember telling my brother I had a crush on a girl in kindergarten. He told me to ask her out and get her something nice, so I got her a 25-cent ring from a supermarket and asked her out at recess. She ran away from me though. Frown. As a girl that ran away from a plastic ring in 1st or 2nd grade, we can be shy too. Hope your feelings weren't hurt too bad. Wait, Gigsmido gave a girl a 25-cent plastic ring and she ran away from him. Toon Chain Seat Life ran away from a boy that gave her a plastic ring around the same age. Gasp, could it be? Extra twist, they're married, but don't know each other's Reddit accounts. Yes, I like pina coladas. Getting caught in the rain. The morning after having gay sex. Lucky you didn't get pregnant. Pregante. Preachergenin. Girlfriend ain't had period since she got pregat. She ain't getting pergert. I can't remember what started it all, but when I was 3 years old I got caught kissing a girl under the pews at church during service. Like, we were kissing a lot. It's one of my earliest memories. Lol #X200B, PS I got in trouble. Never had a realization, just always did I guess. Yep. I did have a phase where I wondered whether I was bi or something, but then I realized that men turned me off. So, yeah. Completely straight. Men don't turn me off, they don't turn me on. Try men in tech support. They turn me off then on again.